Brad Jackson from Jackson Audio, and today we have the distinct privilege of releasing a new brand, Jackson Audio, and our new product, the Prism, at the Reverb.com headquarters in Chicago. Extra special treat for us today is we had our good friend Nigel Hendroff fly in all the way from Sydney, Australia to help with this release, and we've been working on the Prism for the better part of 2016. We've been working in close collaboration with Nigel on this project for a while, and the collaboration has been so good and so much fun that we decided to go ahead and just start a company together between Nigel, myself, and Juan Kyle from Jackson Ampworks. So today we have the Prism. The pedal actually has 3 completely discrete boost type circuits in it, which you can access on the switch on the right. The lower mode, the transparent mode we call it, is called that because it sounds exactly like your guitar sounds, only just louder depending on where you set the boost. The middle setting, or the amp setting, utilizes a MOSFET transistor, and we called it that because it really takes on the character of a tube amp, the way it breaks up. The final mode here is the color mode, and we called it the color mode because it is the opposite of transparent. It is completely affected, completely colored. If you want to have a really great aggressive boost that will just mangle your sound, I would go with the color setting. So every mode here has its own 3-position pre-gain switch. So there's low, medium, and high. And what that does for you is it lets you decide how much boost you're going to get out of the circuit. Think of it as like a pre-gain or a gain control on an amplifier. As you adjust the boost control down and up, it will actually change the color of the LED indicator on the front of the pedal. We did that for a very specific reason. Our concept for this was to have a boost pedal or a preamp that would really take your sound and just color it or affect it and let you go transparent, make it sound like an amp, make it sound highly affected and colored. So we started thinking through names for it. We thought, well, that's kind of what a prism does, really. You put white light into a prism, and it will break it apart into its constituent components. So that's really where the name came from. Another benefit of that, and really a more obvious benefit other than just looking cool, is that you can be on a dark stage, you can look across at your board, and you'll be able to tell where you are as far as your amount of boost just by looking at the LED. The pedal has a really aggressive active EQ. So we have the tone and body controls, which are respectively your treble and your bass control, but what they do is they give you a 15 dB cut or boost. What we have here is we have the Prism bypass currently. We're feeding into the front of a Jackson Ampworks Charlotte 30, and the Charlotte 30 is actually Nigel Hendroff's signature model amp. It's the first signature model amp we've ever done, and it's kind of become a staple in the church community for guitar players that want a really great sounding AC30 that actually has some amount of clean headroom, because a lot of AC30s don't have a lot of headroom. So here is Nigel's bypass sound, his dry sound, if you will.
So into a neck pickup here now.
What we have now is a kind of a unity gain setting on the transparent mode. We're in transparent mode, low gain. I'll give you a quick demonstration of that, and we'll run through the EQ a little bit. EQ is really powerful. It'll let you, sculpt the sound quite a bit. So moving on, we'll just start stepping through the different gain settings and stepping through the different circuits and give you a really good overview of this pedal. So here is the medium gain. Okay, so that is the transparent mode. It's a JFET type transistor. We're running this, specifically the transparent mode, we're running that circuit at 18 volts. now we'll go to the color circuit, which honestly I have to say is my favorite. And you can already tell just from changing from the amp mode to the color mode, you get this totally different dynamic response from the amp. It almost takes on kind of a nasal mid-range peak, which in a band setting, it just cuts through like a hot knife through butter. It's really great for trying to really make your parts stand out. So we'll bump the gain up a little bit more, go from there. If I cut the bass quite a bit, go ahead and jack the highs a little bit. Because it's a silicone transistor in this mode, it has similarities to a fuzz pedal. So if I crank the bass, so there's a quick overview of the color mode. I'll show you one last thing. The way this EQ works, it's very effective on cutting, you got a lot of flexibility on your highs and lows, but there is kind of a hidden mid control in this thing. Like a lot of people don't know, if you cut the bass and you cut the treble, it leaves a mid hump behind, so you can get a pretty good mid peak. There is the Jackson Audio Prism. We're really proud of it. It's been a process getting this together, but I hope you like what you hear. Come check out the products, and certainly you can get the Prism on Reverb.com. Thanks for watching.